Hi everyone, welcome to your yoga practice today. My name is Daria if you're new to my channel, and today's class is called Perfectly Imperfect. So in this practice, we will be working to integrate and love the aspects of ourselves that might feel incomplete or not quite polished or shiny or perfect in the way that we think of perfection. And what we're working toward is thinking of our imperfections actually as what make us unique and beautiful, both in the movement practice and also in our lives off of the mat. So you just need yourself today and someplace to move. And when you're ready, let's get into it. We'll start right away from standing at the top of the mat. So find your way up to your feet. Bring your feet about hips distance apart. And then really try to spread the surface area of each foot flat into the mat. Feel the soles of your feet broadening and the balls of the feet. Spread your toes and then root in particular into your big toes and your pinky toes, establishing a solid foundation. You can soften your palms beside you, spinning them to face forward, and feel your shoulders rolling down your back. Close your eyes. Feel the support of the earth beneath you. Imagine you're digging your feet down into deep soil, and then let the root systems of your feet be nourished in an upward direction. It's like you're growing through the lines of your legs up into your pelvis, and then carry length through your spine and your full back body all the way to the back of the head, and then eventually up past the top of your skull. Just feel for a moment everything you can notice here, both in your physical body as well as in your mental space, and then on a deeper, more soulful or emotional, maybe spiritual level. And if there's anything that you're showing up to your practice with today that feels imperfect, that feels like something you want to change or run away from, see if you can allow yourself to just softly incorporate these aspects into the core of your being with love. So you can feel everything equally. And as we begin our movement practice, challenge yourself to drop any idea of what you should be doing, and instead feel from the inside out. Try to lean into the parts of your practice that might be imperfect as these beautiful expressions of your unique movement style. Start to feel your breath. Inhale through your nose, filling all the way up. Draw your shoulders towards your ears. As you exhale, roll your shoulders down your back. Soften the surface of your skin. Again, like that. Inhale, lift your shoulders towards your ears. Exhale, relax the shoulders down your back. Softly blink your eyes open. On your next inhale breath, stretch your arms wide to the side and then all the way to the sky. Look to your thumbs. As you breathe out, draw your palms to prayer at heart center. Feel your own touch, left hand pressing to right hand. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, take a dive down, forward fold. Extend through your spine and through your heart as you go. Land your fingertips down in front of your toes, and then let your head get heavy. Rock a little here from side to side. You can rock through the hips, bend one knee, bend the other knee. And then find a central neutral position and really let your spine hang, releasing all of the activation, just falling into the force of gravity. Catch opposite elbows. Soften your jaw, soften your eyes. Now land all 10 fingertips down, about a foot more forward of your feet. Take an inhalation, pull up through your legs first, then stretch the core of your pelvis back as the crown of your head reaches forward, rising into a halfway lift, flat spine. As you breathe out, just bow down into a forward fold.
2 more like this. Breathe in. Let the breath inflate your whole body. Heart forward, crown of head forward. Exhale, bow back down. Breathe in, halfway lift, lengthen. Breathe out, unfold forward. Now, on your next inhalation, halfway lift and simultaneously stretch your left toes to the back of your mat. Pivot the top of the left thigh to point down, hips are square, then grow as long as possible. Take 1 more breath in. Breathe out, reach your left toes far back behind you. Bend your right knee deeply and step down into a lunge. Allow your back knee to land to the earth. Inhale, pull your feet toward one another. Reach your arms up to the sky, coming into a kneeling warrior. And now as you exhale, start to melt your hips down and forward. Lift through your pelvic floor, cactus your elbows. Squeeze the back of your heart with your shoulders, and then start to lean just slightly back, coming into a little, think of it more as a chest expansion and less as a back bend, inflating the light of your heart to the sky. Breathe in here. Good. As you breathe out, bring both palms down to the inside of your right foot. Pick up your back knee. Take an inhale to grow long. As you exhale, pivot so your right toes point to the top left corner of your mat. Flip your left toes up to the sky and then sink into a Skandasana, low side lunge. Send your right elbow forward of your shin, right fingertips down to the mat, forward. And then inhale, arc your heart open, left fingertips to the sky, following them with your gaze. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, just pivot back to face the top of your mat. Land your left palm. Flex your right foot so your toes peel away from the ground. And then spin all 10 toes to point toward the right long edge of your mat. Really actively flex your feet and dig down into the knife edges of them. Right palm can stay rooted here for a breath. Try to elongate from your left big toe mound, pressing back all the way forward through the crown of your head. Good. Now press more into your left palm so the right one can get light. Breathe in and stretch your right arm up to the sky. Drive your outer left hip away from the earth. On your next exhale, bring your right bicep beside your ear as your shoulder pulls in toward the body, so into its socket, plugging in. Then reach through your fingertips. Let's just take 1 more breath here, inhaling. As you exhale, pivot to face the top of the mat. Press into your right foot, walk your fingertips forward, and then stretch your left toes long and back behind you, coming into standing L. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, just fold forward, feet parallel at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more like this. Breathe in, grow. Breathe out, bow. Let yourself be like a helium balloon. Inhale, inflating with the breath. Exhale to bow down. Now, next inhalation, halfway lift through your spine and simultaneously stretch your right toes to the back of your mat, standing L. Take 1 more inhale here. Really press down through your left foot as right foot reaches back. And then breathing out, bend deeply into your left knee. See how far you can reach through your right toes as you step to the back of the mat, and then land your right knee down. Breathe in, fingertips ripple up to the sky, kneeling warrior. Breathing out, melt your hips down and forward. Hug your shoulder blades to the back of your heart. Elbows come to a cactus shape. So think length, you're lifting, lifting, lifting. Then maybe just lean slightly back, arcing your heart to the sky. Take an inhale. As you exhale, both hands land inside of the front left foot. Pick up your back knee. Breathe in, grow long here. Pull your feet a little toward one another. Breathing out, come to Skandasana. So pivot your right heel down, flex your toes to the sky, and sink deeply into your left knee. You can keep fingertips down if it helps you, or take the left arm forward of your shin, fingertips to the top of the mat, and then right arm goes to the sky. Imagine you're like a big bird. Grow the wingspan of your arms really wide. Take a breath in. Breathing out, both palms down to the top of the mat. Turn your toes to point forward. Then flex your left toe so just the heel is rooted and roll to the knife edges of both feet, facing the opposite long edge of your mat. Energetically flex your toes, drive into the knife edges of both feet. And then for a breath, keep both palms rooting. Inhale, grow through your spine. And as you exhale, just press your feet down more firmly. On your next inhale, turn your chest open, left fingertips rise high to the sky, dig down into your right finger pads. Again, imagine you're clawing into soil. And then on your next breath out, revolve your right ribs towards your left ones a little as your top arm stretches over your head. Breathe in. Breathe out, turn your toes to point forward, press down into your left foot, and then reach your right leg long and back behind you. Inhale into a standing L. As you exhale, fold forward, feet hips distance apart at the top of the mat. Take a breath into halfway lift, lengthen. Breathe out, place your palms, step back into a plank. Inhale, lean your shoulders more forward over your wrists. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway down, elbows squeeze tight to your ribs. Untuck your toes. Breathe in to find upward facing dog or cobra. Reach from the base of your heart, forward and up. Exhale, hips glide back, downward facing dog. In down dog, let yourself have some time to explore. And then really drop any expectations for your body. Just feel, just be with what is exactly as it is. There's no need to change it. Soften the hands down, soften the feet down. And then from these anchor points, grow through your spine. Curve the tip of your tailbone all the way up to the clouds. On your next inhalation, start to lift your heels, round forward into a high plank. Really squeeze your front body up to your back body. Press the ground away from you. Press more into your left toes, and then breathe in and float your right leg. Three-legged plank. Inhale here. As you exhale, hug your right knee through to your chest, chin, nose, or forehead. Squeeze. Press the ground away from you for 3, for 2, for 1, then breathe in, kick all the way high to three-legged down dog, right toes to the sky. Breathing out, lift your left heel, step forward, right foot through to the top of your mat. Keep your back knee lifted. Press into both big toes. Breathe in, rise to standing in a high crescent lunge. Now start by dropping your tailbone. Really settle into the foundation of your feet and your legs. Lift your pelvic floor. And then take a few breaths through your spine, through the central column. See how much you can grow and extend and expand. Start to cactus your elbows, hug them to the back of your heart. Take an inhale to inflate, and on an exhale, lean back any amount. Again, thinking of it as a chest expansion more than a back bend. Deep inhale. Good. Exhale, lean your chest forward. Drive your fingertips back. Press straight down into your right foot and launch into an airplane pose. Left toes stretch to the back of your mat. Squeeze your heart forward. Grow longer and longer and longer. Inhale. Exhale, press down, rise to standing, but don't put the left foot down. Hover it, and then draw your knee in toward your chest, arms to the sky. Breathe in here. Breathe out, flex the left toes brightly. Hook your ankle to your outer right thigh, and then widen your left knee as you start to sink your hips down toward your supporting heel. Palms draw to prayer at heart center. Feel your heart reaching for your thumbs, and allow the sinking of the hips to be gradual. You're just slowly melting. Relax the lines of your face and the muscles around your mouth and your jaw. Next inhale, press down. Rise to stand, left knee toward your chest, fingertips to the sky. Now, as you exhale, carry your left knee toward the side like it's rising towards your armpit. Then begin to revolve left toes to the back of the mat, stacking left hip on right one. Stretch your left leg long, reach your right fingertips forward to the top of the mat. Bend your right knee deeply. We're transitioning into warrior two. Left foot lands, press into the knife edge of your back foot. You can realign, readjust your feet as you need, and then sink. So close your eyes. And here, feel for the alignment that is coming from the inside out. Feel that there's evenness in your hips. Feel that your breath is traveling through your torso. Feel your arms energized. Inhale. Now, as you exhale, right toes turn to the top left corner of your mat. Left toes flip to the sky. We're coming down to Skandasana, sinking all the way down deep into that low side lunge. Right elbow forward of your shin, fingertips off the mat. Inhale, turn your chest open. Exhale, left palm lands, pivot on your feet. Flex your right foot, turn all 10 toes to the right long edge of the mat. Roll to the knife edges of your feet. Left palm stays rooted. Breathing in, right arm reaches to the sky, horizon lunge. Breathing out, right bicep comes all the way beside your ear. Inhale here. As you exhale, turn to face the top of your mat. Place your palms, step to plank, and take a vinyasa, or just go right back to down dog, whatever you need. Breathing in to find up dog. Breathing out, find downward facing dog, hips high. Take a couple breaths. Find an evenness to your inhalations and your exhalations so that they match. Second side, drop the pressure. Breathe in. Lift your heels, rounding forward into a high plank. Then press down more firmly into your right foot so you can float your left foot. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, drive knee to chest, chin, nose, or forehead, squeezing, press the ground away for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale, three-legged down dog, kick high. Exhale, glide your left foot all the way forward and through to the top of the mat, left foot, left thumb. As your foot lands, stack your knee over your ankle, then breathe in, rise into a high crescent lunge. Feel your feet. Allow movement to express up through your arms and your fingers, however feels good to you, letting the breath animate your body as we stay. Keep growing longer through your spine. Cactus your elbows. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, broaden your collarbones, and then maybe lean back a little. You can flip your palms even to the sky. Let it express however it feels good to you. Breathing in, and then breathing out. Lean your torso forward. Press straight down into your left foot and send your right toes back behind you, finding airplane pose. Now, let the breath in here grow your full body. Toes back, heart forward. Inhale. Exhale, press down, rise to standing, hover your right foot, and then drive your knee to your chest. One-legged Tadasana, arms rise. Breathe in. Breathe out, find standing pigeon. Create the figure 4 shape with your legs, staying actively flexed into the right toes, and then sink the hips low and back. Smooth breath. Feel left big toe and pinky toe evenly rooting. Breathe in, press down, rise to standing, right knee to your chest. Then, as you exhale, carry your leg toward the side, keeping the heels squeezing toward your sit bone. Then, start to stack, right hip on top of left one. Stretch your right toes toward the back of your mat, left elbow or arm forward. Slow transition, stepping back into warrior two. See how slowly and steadily you can move until finally you land align from the inside out. Sink into the deep bend in your left knee. Close your eyes so you can feel more internally. Smooth breaths. Deep inhale. Exhale, keep bending into your left knee. Just pivot your toes a little bit in. Flip your right toes to the sky and sink all the way down to Skandasana. As your sit bones soften toward the earth, send your left fingertips down, right fingertips up, turning open with your chest. Inhale here. As you exhale, right palm down to the mat. Pivot on your feet, turning all 10 toes now to point toward the opposite long edge of your mat. Flexing the feet, driving into the knife edges of them. Breathing in, left arm to the sky. Breathing out, fingertips to the top of your mat. Just let this feel really good. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your palms, turn your toes to point forward. Soft step back into plank and take a vinyasa. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog, hips go high. Take a breath in through your nose. Big sigh out of your mouth. Release anything you don't need, any tension. One more time, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. On your next inhalation, lift your heels, round forward into a high plank. Now, as you exhale, roll toward the right. So try to root the right heel and your right big toe. You can send your hips a little bit back in space in order to do this. Left heel stays lifted. You might just stay here, breathing into the left side body, opening the ribs, or you can try to peel your left arm up to the sky. And from here, maybe flip into wild thing. Pick up the left toes, step them off the mat behind you. Bend into your knees. And then on an inhalation, open the full front body. Do what feels good to you. Take some intuitive movement, breathing with your body. It's a conversation always between the sensations and the breath. One more inhale. And we'll all meet back into downward facing dog. If you're in wild thing, use your core to stack left side body on top of right, and then pivot back into down dog. Breathe in, lift your heels, round forward, high plank. Breathing out, send your hips a little bit up, back into the left as you allow the left heel to sink down. All of your toes point toward the right long edge of your mat. Stay here. Maybe float the right arm skyward. Maybe press more through your left fingertips and left foot to float the right foot and then step it off the mat behind you. Tuck your left shoulder blade under you for support. And on your inhalation, find your way open, maybe into an easy wild thing. Big inhalation. Wherever you are, take a breath out. Slowly, mindfully travel back into downward facing dog. Lift your heels and bring your knees to the mat. Take them wide. Bring your toes to touch. Sit to your heels and take a child's pose. Melting. Let this be the kind of child's pose where everything is surrendering. So your elbows are down. You're finding a softness and a broadness through the upper back and the shoulders. Your head can rest. Send your awareness to your face and untangle all the little muscles, all these expressions that we move through all day. Try to let them all go so your face is really soft and open and relaxed. And send a few breaths now into your creases of your hips and your low belly. Feel any clenching or stickiness release. Now check in again with anything that feels in this moment imperfect. Maybe something in your physical body, maybe the way your mind or thoughts are moving, or maybe something going on in your life off the mat. And take some compassionate breaths to that imperfection. Let it be imperfect. Find the beauty in that. Find the love in that. And there's so much space for evolution from these areas of ourselves that are in growth. These areas that are not quite shiny or polished, a little rough around the edges. Start to lift your head, press into your palms. Make your way forward to lying on your belly. We'll just take a few rounds of rolling cobra. Fingertips can step wide to the sides. Lift your elbows to the sky. Breathing in, press down through your feet and your legs like you have a mermaid's tail. And then lift your heart toward the sky. Stretch it forward and up, inhaling. Exhale, release back down. 2 more. Breathing in, rise like a wave. Breathe out, melt your front body to the mat. Last one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Now make your way to lying on your back. You can just roll straight there, tucking one arm under the other. Or if you'd like to come up through a seat, of course, you are welcome to do that. Soften the back of your head and the back of your heart. Open your arms wide to a T. Hug your knees in about halfway to your chest. And then allow both legs to fall toward the left, stacking right hip on top of left one. Eyes can turn over your right set of fingertips. Easy supine twist. And imagine your body, it's like you're closing down. Like everything is allowed to relax and reset and recalibrate by resting. Come through center and to the other side. Knees fall to the right. You might rock your hips a little to the left and turn your eyes to the left. Soften your breath. Come back to center. Now, wrap yourself up in a really tight hug. Forearms around your shins. Curl your chin to your chest and squeeze everything tight. As you're squeezing here, try to infuse every part of yourself with love. Embrace yourself just a little tighter. Take one more breath in. Breathing out, open up into Savasana, feeling the warmth of this love you've built in your body, feeling all the pressure drop, and then just let yourself melt. That's all you have to do for the next couple of minutes. And start to become aware of all the points of contact between your body and the earth beneath you. And then feel the surface, the air, touching your skin above you. Start to invite little movements back into your fingers and your toes, waking back up. And then take a deep breath in to stretch your arms back and reach your toes forward, growing long. When you breathe out, roll to a side for fetal pose. Knees tuck in toward your chest. Head rests down to your bicep, melting here. Now press down. Find your way up to a seat. Take your time getting there, there's no rush. Eyes still closed if you can, or soften your gaze. And then bring your palms facing toward the sky, resting onto your thighs. See what you can feel here. See if anything has shifted from the beginning of the practice to now. And take a moment to recognize yourself for leaning in a little bit to the discomfort that embracing our imperfections can bring sometimes. The practice is not always comfortable, but ultimately it allows us to integrate everything with love so we can embrace ourselves and our fullness in everything that we are. Draw your palms to meet at heart center and challenge yourself now to move into the rest of your day, acknowledging and bringing beauty to the parts of yourself that feel imperfect. Let's take one last breath together. Inhale through your nose. Big exhale, let it go. Lift your heart to your thumbs. Bow your chin to your chest. Namaste.
Thank you so much for sharing your time, your space, and your movement with me today. I hope that this felt good for you. You can always let me know how you're feeling if you have time in the comments below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, you can do that down below as well. You can also join as a monthly donation member for $5 a month. This really helps to support me. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you soon in the next class. Bye.